Smoothies though have been a really easy and quick way to make sure I'm getting nutrients and protein in my diet throughout the day. We've now reached my favorite part of the day, snack time. I feel like this was the most realistic what I eat in a day vlog I could have given you. Good morning, friends. Welcome back to another video and a vlog where I am going to show you what I eat in a day 21 weeks pregnant. I am 21 weeks pregnant, which is still so crazy to me. We are full blown in the second trimester. We're actually over halfway through my pregnancy, which just blows my mind. The first half went by so quickly, and I don't know if that's because I was already 4 weeks pregnant when I found out that I was pregnant, so it kind of felt like I started late, or we chose to announce it pretty far after. I feel like most people announce around after the first trimester, and we didn't announce till I was 19 weeks, and so I don't know, but the first half totally flew by. I don't know if the second half is gonna go by so fast, but I've been wanting to film this vlog for a while and just show you kind of what I've been eating throughout the day, throughout my pregnancy, some of my pregnancy cravings, talking about how my diet has changed, some recipes I've been loving. It's a little after 7. I didn't just wake up. I've been up for a little bit, but I've kind of just been slowly getting out of bed. Chandler had to wake up really early this morning and work out of town today, so I'm by myself today, and I've been really tired this week. I feel like I'm reaching the point in pregnancy where I'm starting to get uncomfortable. I think I need to get like a pregnancy pillow or something, because the last couple nights of sleep, I feel like I've just been tossing and turning. Once you hit 20 weeks, you're technically not supposed to lay on your back anymore because the baby is big enough and heavy enough to compress a major blood vessel that supplies blood and oxygen and nutrients and all the things to the placenta. And I'm typically a back sleeper, which is not good in this case because I feel like I've been waking up in the middle of the night and I find myself on my back. So gotta work on that. I'm hoping some kind of pregnancy pillow helps. But I've just been sitting here kind of procrastinating making breakfast this morning. So first things first, we gotta make the bed. Okay, here's the bump. At 21 weeks, this is first thing in the morning before I've had any food. Okay, this is me pushing out. This is me if I just stand like kind of normal, comfy. I feel like it's still not that big, but we do have a little baby bump. I will say towards the end of the day and after I've eaten a really big meal, I'll be like out here. Most part, every single morning for breakfast during my pregnancy, I have had Greek yogurt with tons of berries and fruit. Fruit has been the one consistent pregnancy craving I have had from the beginning. Ever since I found out I was pregnant, the thought of like cold citrus or cold fruits has just sounded so delicious. If you've watched any of my other morning routine vlogs, I used to make this whole like veggie egg scramble thing. I've only had that like twice over the last 21 weeks. So just do about a serving of whole milk, plain Greek yogurt. The full fat dairy is really good, and the Greek yogurt gives you lots of probiotics which help your gut, and I don't know if this is TMI, but it's also going to help prevent UTIs and yeast infections, which little did I know are super common during pregnancy, especially in the second trimester. And unfortunately, a couple weeks ago I got a really nasty UTI out of nowhere and it put me in the emergency room. That's why we eat our probiotics. I just added a little bit of cinnamon in there because cinnamon helps you digest carbs. Now I'm literally just gonna throw some berries in. Being pregnant during the summertime is really fun because almost all the fruit is in season, and I'm convinced it just tastes better when you're pregnant. And we'll get some blueberries in there for antioxidants. One thing I'm learning, which I think is so crazy, what you eat during pregnancy can have an impact on what your baby likes to eat. So like if you want your kid to eat vegetables when you're pregnant. Okay, last one, just because I'm kind of feeling psycho right now about fruit. Chandler got me this mango the other day, and it legit is the best mango I've ever had in my whole life. Might be because I'm pregnant, I'm not sure, but it is so good. Oh, look at that. Okay, not like we even need it, but I'm gonna add a little bit of granola. I've been loving the Purely Elizabeth original granola. It's made with clean ingredients. I sprinkle a little bit of this on there. And finally, a little drizzle of honey. She's a masterpiece. Let's take a bite. It's so good, you guys. This is the prenatal I've been taking. It's called Bump. Conveniently enough, my husband's actually a pharmaceutical salesman, and one of his products is a prenatal. And so right when I found out I was pregnant, he gave me this, and I've been taking it throughout my entire pregnancy. I really, really like it. I'll put a link for it down in the description box below. He gave me a code that you can get 50% off of your first bottle. And what's great about this is you don't even have to be pregnant to take it. It's actually a great multivitamin for women. So if you're looking for a new multivitamin, or if you're thinking you might get pregnant soon, or obviously if you're pregnant, this prenatal is really great. Also, I wanted to mention it because I didn't make it this morning. I usually make this every morning. For some reason, I just forgot to do it this morning. But I've been drinking bone broth every morning. There are so many great benefits. I know some of you might be sticking up your nose to the thought of drinking bone broth in the morning. It is kind of like drinking chicken soup, which I admit is a little strange at 7 in the morning. But you guys, the benefits far outweigh however weird you might think it is. I use the Dr. Kellyanne one because I really like the flavor, and they come in little individual packets, and so it's really nice. If you're on the go or you're traveling, you can bring them with you and just stir them into some hot water. I know there's a lot of different kinds out there, but there's so much collagen in this, tons of protein, and so many good vitamins and minerals for you and baby. I'll also link that down in the description box below. In the beginning of my pregnancy, honestly, actually throughout the entire pregnancy so far, I've just been really, really hungry. Like, I remember the first couple of weeks just feeling ravenous, and like anything sounded good all the time. And like even snacks that I normally don't think are good. Like, I've never really been a chip girl. I was snacking on a lot of chips. I just always kind of felt like I needed to snack all the time. So I started trying to be more intentional about incorporating more protein and nutrition into my meals, so I didn't feel that like hunger as much. But overall, I feel like I've been eating a lot more, which I guess is a good thing. And I haven't had any specific or weird, I guess, cravings. I want to do a video on this channel though where I try other people's weird pregnancy cravings, so comment down below if you think that'd be fun or if I should do that. Really, the main thing has been cold fruit, strawberry ice cream. Randomly, I had one last week for potato chips and applesauce. I used to eat that as a kid though, so I don't know, maybe it was the nostalgia coming back. Overall though, I've just been trying to be more intentional about what I'm eating and what I'm putting in my body, making sure I'm getting whole, fresh, nutrient-dense foods as much as I can, and not being too hard on myself when I snack in between. Okay, I'm just sitting down to do my quiet time now. One thing I've added into my daily routine, I've been reading a few books. I'm also gonna link these down in the description box below if you are pregnant, whether you're a first-time mom or maybe it's your second or third pregnancy and you just wanna learn a little bit more. These are some really great books and resources that I found helpful. They were recommended to me from other friends of mine who either just went through a pregnancy and found super helpful. This one I just got, it's called Iname's Guide to Childbirth. I just started it, so I don't have a lot to say about it yet. It's pretty insightful so far. It talks a lot about the origins of birth and the history of like a midwifery birth versus a hospital birth, which is something I'm going back and forth between a lot right now. This one is really nice. This one was given to me by a friend who just had a baby. It's called First Time Mom's Pregnancy Handbook. And what I love about this one is it's so quick. It's literally 2 pages per week. You don't have to read a whole lot. It tells you what milestones are happening this week with your baby and with you. Gives you some reminders on not to miss appointments. There's a couple of goals and then a little tip. And then you flip the page and it's the next week. So if you're not a big reader, this one I would highly recommend. And then I actually got one, I put it on my Kindle because I didn't want to order the actual book. I just feel like I've got a lot of books around my house right now, and we got this Kindle for our wedding. And so on the Kindle I have I think it's called Mama Natural, and it's a book all about how to approach birth from a natural perspective. That is a very broad and general way of putting that, but it's really fascinating. I'm learning a ton, and this one's outlined very similarly to this one, week by week, and so you don't have to read a whole lot. It's just a chapter per week, and it tells you what's going on in your body. It has lots of different recipes that you can try, testimonials from other moms and people who've gone through all different kinds of pregnancies. So these have been keeping me busy over the last couple of weeks. I know there are so many out there, but again, they'll be down in the description box below if you need some resources. And then this one, I just want to mention it because Chandler has been reading this. This one's actually for men. So for all the husbands out there, this book is really good for you to read if your wife is pregnant. It gives you, again, just an overview of what's going on. And what I love about it is like at the end of every week, it has like bullet points of what you can do to be supportive for your wife, like snacks you can make, questions you can ask, how you can be there to support her emotionally, and it has been really, really great. So I'm linking this one down there too. Chandler's been loving this. Yeah, so hopefully that's helpful. It's snack time. I just made this green smoothie. I started this new series that I'm so excited about where every week I'm making a smoothie or smoothie bowl that uses the fruit of whatever size the baby is. If you haven't seen any of those videos, they're on my shorts page, but this week was an avocado. I'm kind of catching up from the weeks that I missed before we announced the pregnancy, so I had like weeks 7 through 19 to catch up on. on, and avocado is week 16, I believe. This smoothie is so good. It's got like avocados, spinach, a frozen banana, a fresh peach. I feel it's peach season right now, and I feel like it's really hard to find good peaches at the grocery store, but we went to Costco this weekend and found really juicy peaches, so I've been putting peaches in everything. Smoothies though have been a really easy and quick way to make sure I'm getting nutrients and protein in my diet throughout the day, so I always make sure they're packed full of all the goodies. We've moved over here now, and now I'm eating some leftover berry cobbler straight from the pan because it sounded really good, and we're going to New York this weekend and I don't want it to go bad. Have a feeling that this milk is too thick. We're gonna try it anyway. Oh, I think there's too much foam. Ooh, not my best work, but not bad either. I don't always have a cup of coffee, but I kind of feel like I needed it today, so I just made this latte. You have to be really careful about caffeine when you're pregnant, and I think the threshold is like 200 or 500 milligrams a day of caffeine, which is essentially like 1 cup of coffee or like 1 latte. So if I have any, I limit it to 1, which honestly hasn't really been that tough for me because I don't drink a lot of coffee anyway. The hardest thing has been like if I travel or if I'm out and about, sometimes it's fun to like grab a coffee or 2 throughout the day, which I can't really do anymore. But I've also really loved drinking matcha, which is more of a slow burning caffeine. I don't think that really makes a difference when it comes to pregnancy because it's still a certain amount of caffeine, but I like matcha. So I'm gonna sip on this, and then I have to go to an event downtown, which I don't know if they're gonna have any food there, but if not, then I'll see you when I get back. Okay, I'm at the event and they did in fact have food. So my friend Emmy, I just gotta brag on her for a second, is the coolest person in the world. She has this event decor business with her husband. She's actually the one that did all of my wedding decor and signage. We designed it together, but she's doing a whole rebranding today. So today is the launch party for the rebranding, and they have a little ice cream truck outside. And it's so cool. This is a rose water strawberry ice cream cone with vanilla swirl, and it's so good. I feel so bougie eating this ice cream right now. And it's so hot outside, so this is perfect. It's dinner time. And I'm cooking for 2 because my husband returned. Chandler has this habit on the days where he has to go out of town for work, and he says he's gonna be gone overnight. He comes back the day of and surprises me, which is great. But now we're cooking dinner for 2.
No, 3.
That's right.
Whoa, that bump is bumping.
It wasn't like that this morning. What did I tell y'all? I told you this morning that in the evening it would be out to here, and sure enough, look, it is bumping even more. I felt him kick a couple times earlier.
Him?
I said them.
You said him.
I said them.
You said him.
Y'all, we're dying to find out if it's a boy or a girl. I have some carrots and cauliflower roasting here in the oven. So I just love roasted veggies. And then I'm gonna just do these chickens. We're gonna saute them and then finish them off in the oven. I just seasoned it with some smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper. It's kind of our little signature seasoning. And I also know I'm gonna destroy those Dippin' Dots later, so it all evens out. Our chickens are looking beautiful. Look at these roasted veggies. This is the easiest dinner, one of the easiest dinners. I need to get better about putting these recipes on my website so that y'all actually can do them, because I just realized that my main section on my website is a little sparse, and I apologize for that. Also got some pieces of bread soaking up in that garlic butter that the chicken just came out of. And that's gonna be so good. There's actually probably too much butter in there, but. Now reached my favorite part of the day, snack time. I made these cookies for the first time like a couple weeks ago. You know it's a home run when your husband asks for them again, because Chandler specifically requested these for his birthday this week. And honestly, they might be better the second time around. It's just a classic monster chip cookie, but I don't know, there's something about it. The baby loves it. I haven't really been super strict on my diet throughout this pregnancy. Like, I haven't restricted myself really at all. Like, I haven't cut back on sweets just because I'm trying to be intuitive and listen to what my body wants. Obviously, I don't want to go overboard, but like before my pregnancy, I would always have a scoop of ice cream at night or some kind of dessert or snack throughout the week. And so I've kind of just been keeping up with that, and that's worked for me. But my next doctor's appointment is my glucose test, which is where they're gonna basically be able to tell if I have gestational diabetes. So I'll report back whether or not this was a good idea. But after I finish this cookie, I'm probably gonna go get some Dippin' Dots. He's back.
Did you talk about me while I was gone?
No, I just ate a cookie. He went over to go hang out with a friend. And now it's Dippin' Dots time. Influencers in the wild. You are ridiculous. I feel like this was the most realistic what I eat in a day vlog I could have given you. 21 weeks pregnant, lots of snacking. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below and let me know if you have any questions, any thoughts, any other things you're curious about or want to know, want to see. I have some really fun pregnancy related videos that I'm excited to make coming up. So stay tuned for that. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. If you're not already, hit that subscribe button and join the family. We are getting so close to 700,000. I'm so pumped. I'll see you next week. Bye.